back my tears standing in that dark empty room, feeling drunk and completely humiliated. I have been sleeping with my wife's sister for the past year. We are both married with kids, but our spouses don't put out. My wife and I started dating when we were 18. Her sister has been dating her husband since around the same time we started dating. Her sister is 37 and I'm 32. There has always been strong sexual tension between her sister and I. The innuendos always seem to get stronger and stronger. At one point when we were both just dating, her sister told me that she was going to break up with him and that she wished there were two of me. She said things like that for a long time. Fast forward to about a year ago. We both have 2 kids. Her husband has not wanted to have sex with her for 2 years. My wife has not wanted to have sex with me for probably 3 or 4. When we do, it's routine. Her husband was at work, my wife was at a hair appointment, and the kids were all playing in the yard. Her sister and I got to talk about it one day. I said something like, "Do you realize I haven't gotten a BJ in 6 years?" She responded with, "Well, I haven't gotten effed in 7 months, so there." We were both in the kitchen, the blinds were down, and the sliding glass door was on the other side of the room. I just went for it and kissed her. She reciprocated and it turned into a 10-second makeout. She just smiled and goes, "How long have you been thinking about doing that?" I go, "About 15 years. She goes, "Me too." Then she goes, "Just to be sure, nobody needs to know, of course." I said, "Of course." She texted me that night and said she had been thinking about the kiss and how exciting it was because it was probably not the right thing to do, etc. We went back and forth on text for probably an hour. It went from playful to us texting each other that we had imagined having sex with the other one for a long time. I said something like, "Just be sure the next time you wear a dress or skirt in front of me you're not wearing any underwear so we won't have to waste time." She laughed and was like, "You wouldn't. You know this is just us texting back and forth because we're horny." Well, a week later, I stopped over there with the kids at 6 p.m. during the week. Her husband works 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and has a 30-minute commute. My wife was out shopping with her mom. I get over there and she was wearing extremely short shorts. Couldn't tell if it was planned or not at that point. The kids head to the yard. We looked at each other and I just knew. I grab her again and we start making out. I pull her into the bathroom, turn her around, and pull down her shorts. She reaches her hand back and grabs my penis over my pants. I unzip my fly. And yeah, it happened. Was a quickie, less than 5 minutes, but my god it was good. We have been having sex since then. 2 to 3 times a week or whenever we can. We have had sex in both of our houses, cars, restaurant bathroom on one occasion, you name it. I don't regret this at all, neither does she. Nothing has changed in our families. We are just both getting the sex we deserve. I have no intention of stopping having sex with her. So yeah. That's my confession. I know a secret that I wish I didn't. Years ago, before I met my significant other, he applied for the police academy in our town. He never heard from them to report for training, so he figured he wasn't selected and moved on with the intention to try again later. Years pass, we meet, he builds a career in another field, we start a family. He hears that the PD is actively recruiting and he goes for the physical. He passes. I mention in passing to his mother that significant other is considering joining the police department. She pauses and says, "Really? You'd let him do that?" I threw his acceptance letter in the trash when he applied the last time. She begged me not to tell him. She was worried about her boy going into such a dangerous profession. I told her he can never know, and I wish I didn't. He would never forgive her. I am conflicted because of my feelings toward my mother-in-law, who has been so kind, generous, and supportive and more like a mother to me than my own mother. I'm horrified and I love her despite her actions, but I'm careful with what I share with her. I've kept a secret from my parents for the past 23 months, and I'm going to tell them tomorrow. I have a fiancé that my parents would certainly not approve of, and it's been tearing me apart for the last year and a half. I met my fiancé 2.5 years ago, and tomorrow will be our 2-year anniversary together. We're planning on getting married this August. I couldn't be happier with her. She's funny, smart, loyal, she loves me to death, and I feel it every day, and on top of all of that, the best bonus any guy can ask for, she's absolutely amazing in bed. The problem? My parents and I are Chinese immigrants. My mom and dad have a strong dislike for black people. My fiancée is black, and she's an immigrant herself, from Ethiopia. For the past 2 years, my parents have been trying to introduce me to various Chinese women, and obviously, since I brushed off all of their friends' daughters, They're starting to even suspect maybe I'm gay and don't like women. They've spent tens of thousands of dollars to put me through school, they paid for my living expense during my 5 years of college, not to mention raising me into an adult. Now that I have a good job, an amazing girlfriend, and ready to move on in life, I fear tomorrow will be the end of our family. There is no way I'm going to give up on my fiancée. I can't see myself growing old with anyone else besides her. Big day tomorrow, wish me luck. Update: the talk went a bit better than I expected. I showed my parents pictures of my girlfriend and they were slightly disappointed. No yelling, no angry lectures like I expected. I can finally get good nights of sleep after months of insomnia stressing out over this. I'm so glad this is over. The good parts. They said they're willing to accept my girlfriend because although her skin is dark, her facial features look more like a white girl than black. I know it's really racist, but at this point, I'm just so glad they're willing to accept her. I'm not gonna argue or make any comment to them about this. They're happy that she's a pharmacist. So career-wise, it's another +1. They think she's actually pretty good looking, minus the dark skin obviously. Again, if any of this was said by anyone besides my parents, whom I'm desperately trying to convince to accept my girlfriend, I would not be so accepting. I will be bringing her to meet my parents the day after tomorrow, this Sunday. I can't wait for this to happen. I've been dreaming about this day for a long time. This one was kinda my fault. They're not happy with the fact that I kept her a secret from them for 2 years. I did not tell them we're getting married in 3 months. I figured it's a little too much to take all at once, so I'll let them know in a month or so. I'm in a casual sex relationship with my ex's little sister. My ex and I were together for 5 years. We broke up in late 2014. Her little sister and I attend the same university, she's doing her degree and I'm doing my postdoc, so we occasionally see each other. We're not particularly close, so most of the time we just smile and nod as we walk past each other and sometimes we exchange a few words. However, 4 weeks ago we were both getting lunch in the food court and we struck up a conversation. We ate lunch together and we exchanged numbers because I agreed to give her some of my notes. Later that night I sent her some of my notes. A few days after that she asked if I could help her understand some things. We talked over Skype but we were having trouble communicating, so I agreed to go to her apartment to help her the following morning. We wound up having sex that morning and then again a few days later. We both enjoyed our time together and we agreed to continue doing it on a regular basis. She is a little young, but she is beautiful and I really like her. I'm a little confused because I'm not sure whether what I'm doing is wrong or not. I'm also not sure if my ex would be upset or whether she would just brush it aside. We're both in agreement that our relationship is casual and that we will keep it private, but I am a little worried about her sister finding out. I lied. Your haircut makes you look like a man. Why the hell would you get a buzz cut? I know, it's cool and trendy. But what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to pretend that you don't look like a man? And, of course, if I say anything negative or protest in any way I suddenly become the bad guy. How dare you try to control my body? Why on earth would you think that this was a good idea? When we had sex earlier today I had to fake an orgasm for the first time in my life because I genuinely felt like I was sleeping with some army soldier and just wanted it to be over. The feeling of running my hand through your prickly hair while we had sex made me want to vomit. I'm so angry at you for doing this. Part of me honestly just wants to break up with you and start again with another girl who doesn't do stupid shh like this. Your hair is going to take months to grow back. I date women because I am attracted to femininity and all of the things that come with it. If I wanted to be with an overly effeminate gay guy then I would be. I take care of you and do stuff for you all the time but you can't keep your hair long for me? This was so stupid and inconsiderate. I don't regret lying because you'd be furious if I told all of this to your face. I just hope that this is a dream and I'll wake up any minute. When I was 21, nobody showed up to my birthday party at the bar that I rented out. First off, I'm a guy, and I still think about this today and it makes me cringe inside thinking about it. It was sort of a low point for me personally and it makes me wary of the choices I make moving forward. Backstory: back when I was 20, I was pretty popular or so I thought. I had big groups of friends but not one best friend. I had what I thought great relationships with people, and I was the type of guy to be there for you. I was always going out to friends' birthdays, meetups and seeing them before they'd go out to college etc. Basically, I was a standout guy and was loyal to the bone. If you needed me to pick you up out of jail at 2 in the morning, I was the guy to call. I had your back. Story about the night. That night, I had reservations from a friend who knew the bar owner. They had their own personal bar in the back and they told me I could rent it out for free. I thought, great, this room is pretty big and has enough tables to sit about 35 people. I had personally invited 30 to 40 people a week prior and was excited about the aspect of seeing all of my friends and just getting completely wasted with them. Party was to start at 10, so I decided it's probably a good idea to get there a little late to make an entrance. Around 10:30 I get there, music is blasting but the back room is completely empty. The bartender asks me where my friends are at and I told them they all must be running late, trying to laugh it off with her. I stood by the bar staring at my phone. I got a couple of texts from people saying they'd be late or canceling last minute. Around 11:30 rolls around, still nobody, and I can see the bartender feeling bad for me, offering me free drinks throughout the night. I felt completely embarrassed and stupid just standing there alone on my birthday thinking I had all these great friends. Around 12:30, still nobody, not one person has texted me since, so around 1:15 I tell them forget it, I'm going home. The bartender put her hand on my shoulder, and told me to forget them and know who my real friends are. I held back my tears standing in that dark empty room, feeling drunk and completely humiliated. So many mixed emotions went through my head, but mostly embarrassed and betrayed. I went outside and called a cab and cried in the back on my way home. I got to my place and just sat on the bathroom floor for an hour that night, crying my eyes out like a little kid. Friends asked me about my birthday the following day, but I didn't even respond to them. I've gotten over it because I'm 26 now. It's still a hard thing to think about and muster. It's really affected the way I've chosen friends to keep close. My trust in people's words have been completely broken unless they've been able to prove otherwise. I really don't expect anything out of anyone, and when they do I'm really caught off guard. It's something I hope nobody ever has to go through. I've never felt more alone than that night.